bikers. So today we're going to have a look at the air filter on the Africa Twin. Now, as anybody knows, anyone who's taken the front off, there's plenty of really good videos about how to take the front cowling or fairing off the Africa Twin. And it really is very simple. It's easy as that. No, actually it's a bit of a pain, and Honda really need to rethink, in my opinion. Just simple maintenance things like the air filter, I think, should be easily accessible, particularly if you're building an adventure bike designed to be ridden in the dirt and off-road. Now, I know there's a large majority of people whose Africa Twins will never see the dirt, and that's okay, but for those of us that use the bikes extensively in the dirt, then having easily accessible serviceable parts is really important. And that was actually one of the things the KTM 790 designers were sorted out. So the air filter for that is up under the seat, quite easy to get to, and very simple. So this is a little bit more complex, but not hugely difficult, and there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube about how to take the front fairing off. Now, I've obviously already taken it off. I've already taken the screws out of this. So there's a couple of things I'm going to do today. One is I'm going to change the air filters, but I'm also going to install the Uni Filter pre-filters. Just the last couple of times, you know, this bike really only gets used in the desert and riding in groups, sometimes at the front, sometimes down the back. And come on, don't be. So that's the air filter and the cover. So you can see this one's actually quite grubby. These are the factory ones. Actually, I think these are the high flow ones. I think I tried the high flow ones and I tried the factory ones. Yes, there were 2 screws in it. I did it all earlier. So as you can see from the filter, it's actually really quite grubby. It sits in that way, so a lot of the air comes across it, so it's actually captured all the dirt, but the back is clean. There's absolutely no dirt whatsoever inside the air box, so that's good. But what we're going to do is we're going to install a pre-filter on this, because the last couple of times that I've been out in the desert, I've come back and the filters have been really filthy, which is what they're supposed to do. And I know a lot of guys are putting reusable filters into their system, and I may do that next time, but I'm just going to try one thing at a time. And the thing I'm going to do this time is I'm going to install the pre-filters. I had a little bit of a look around YouTube on how to actually install them, and while the instructions and stuff that came with it were clear, there was actually no really good videos on how to do that. So we're going to have a crack at doing that today, and we're going to install the pre-filter on this and then reinstall it on the bike. Let's do that. Okay, so with the air filter covers off, the instructions say that you cut the from the 3rd rib down, so the filter, the pre-filter, sits inside. So we'll go and cut that off and then install it and come and see what it looks like. Okay, so there we have the pre-filter installed. So that's the both pre-filters installed, and so I'm going to put them on and see what it looks like. Alright, so we've got that's the old air filter, and the new air filter is in. The other one has been thrown out. So just of important note, there's 2 lugs on the back of that. Shut up, birds. So they've got to fit down into the lug holes down in there. Fit down in there like that. Just check underneath to make sure there's no gaps. Do those screws up. Okay, so just check along the edge down the bottom, you can't see, just to make sure that that has been sealed up okay. So that's what it's like. So the snorkel's been eliminated from there. The airflow now goes in through that filter up inside that pre-filter there, and that should stop most of that air from getting into, or most of the dirt from getting into the primary air filter. So we'll go for a ride, roughly about 7,000 or 8,000 kilometres through the desert, and when I come back I'll do a review on their performance. But pretty simple modification, pretty easy to do, no special tools required, although that rubber is pretty thick, so it's probably best to use a really good box cutter, big strong box cutter, or even a small saw, which is what I had to use. Alright, just got to put it all back together. So those Uni filters that I bought, I actually got from a new company I've not used before called Adventure Motorcycle Equipment, and they're based in Canberra in the ACT, and well, Pelago. I was so impressed with the service. Look at that little handwritten note: "Stay upright. Thanks, thanks for your order. Stay upright." From Cara. Had a couple of emails with her. She's fantastic, and I've got to say, these guys, just in terms of service provision, I'm really super impressed with these guys. I mean, anyone who's been buying motorcycle gear as long as I have will know that there's quite a few out there, but to find one that provides really, really good service, really quick response times, I'm happy to give these guys a plug, because I've got to tell you, the communication was great. The price was the same as everywhere else, but they had the stock. That was a really important thing. I know there's a couple of shops around. There's one that's got very similar sounding to that, but they don't hardly have got stock. But these guys got stock, and it was just really quick service. The stuff was delivered quickly, and just a little friendly note, saying thanks for your business. And I just think that sort of stuff's fantastic and makes all the difference. So yeah, I'll be buying more from these guys.